Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk all about the brand new South Park streaming special, South Park Into the Panderverse, I think it's called. There's a lot of satire here that I really want to get into, so let's get into it. Before we do, make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment below about what you thought, and check out some of my other videos. I do all kinds of pop culture videos and shorts on this channel, so please get on board. All right, I have my notes here, so I'm gonna get straight into it. This is another one of South Park's Paramount Plus specials. If you were not aware, while South Park does do their standard seasons still of about 6 episodes, they do longer episodes, almost movie length, but not quite episodes, as part of a deal with Paramount Plus, of which this is one of them. The last one from memory was the Streaming Wars. This one is still satirizing the current climate of American culture and entertainment culture, particularly looking at Disney and satirizing Disney's model in general, which I thought was really, really clever. Also loved seeing the South Park Mickey Mouse again, who first appeared back in season 13's The Ring. What a classic. Good to see him.
Do we have a problem? No, sir. No, Mr. Mouse.
So probably the key satire in this episode is around Disney's use of race-swapping popular characters in their modern, and I guess as some people might describe it, woke agenda. Personally, I don't have a problem with any race-swapping characters, but it is something that is coming up again and again with new Disney movies as they lean towards quite a progressive stance and reinventing their old movies. For example, probably at the moment, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is one of the most talked about of these because Snow White has been race swapped, but we also had our Black Ariel in The Little Mermaid, Black Tinkerbell in Peter Pan and Wendy, which recently came out. For whatever reason, a lot of conservatives seem to have a problem when Disney race swaps their characters in modern adaptations of their films. But it's not just Disney that has done this. More recently, Mindy Kaling's Velma race swapped Velma into an Indian American to reflect Mindy herself. And it does seem to be hot topic in the film and TV landscape now to diversify classic characters, which I think ultimately is a good thing. What I think we're seeing now is just a general increase in diversity, not just in Disney, but in film and TV as a whole. And we haven't really had that in the past, so I think that's why it's becoming so hot topic. And of course, South Park handles this by having Cartman become a black woman from another multiverse to pander, as Trey Parker and Matt Stone call it.
I told you I was having all these dreams that I was a fat little white boy, and you guys are all white boys too, and now look, y'all actually turned into them.
I guess this is reflective of people thinking Disney is pandering to the woke left, in inverted commas, to make all their films as diverse as possible. And that's where this second point of satire comes in this episode, which is the satirization of, I guess, like the laziness of modern filmmaking, particularly franchising and remaking and recreating old content for new audiences. Over the last 10 years or so, we've had tons of live action remakes of classic Disney animated films, such as Peter Pan, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, The Little Mermaid, and of course coming up, Snow White, as well as relying on sequels like the ill-fated Indiana Jones movie that recently came out, The Dial of Destiny. And I get why Disney would prioritize remaking content they know would work, because I think people are less likely to take a risk on something that they don't know anything about. If you repurpose something they've already seen, I think they'll be more curious or more interesting because they know they'll at least have a familiarity around it. And this is kind of evident with Disney's original content, such as one of their biggest commercial flops in history, Strange World, completely tanking at the box office. And I think the point is that Disney is less likely to take creative risks on fresh, original projects because they're much more risky. And this also brings up the other aspect of filmmaking that is quite a buzz at the moment, which is the multiverse.
It's true, Kyle. There could be other universes with other versions of
Everyone's sick of the stupid multiverse, Cartman.
Of course, Cartman's black woman alter ego is from an alternate universe in which everyone is a black woman, to pander to the woke, or to pander to diversity quotas perhaps. So in this universe, our Cartman is the outlier.
Butters, who is that sitting next to you?
Oh, I don't know, ma'am. I think it's supposed to be Eric.
I am Eric!
Kyle in particular speaks out about multiverses being stupid and really lazy in filmmaking, and we have seen the multiverse become a huge part of things like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is of course owned by Disney, as well as in DC's The Flash, and even parodied in independent films like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Of course, the multiverse saga of Marvel has not done as well at the box office as they probably would have liked, which leads into more debate around what is going to generate income from Disney when so many of their past few films of the last few years have been commercial flops. If original content and reworked old content or familiar content like multiverse stuff isn't working, then what will?
Put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame. And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, nah, what's going on with my stocks?
And I think it is a really interesting discussion, and I find it really funny how South Park has handled this by swapping the Cartmans over into different universes. And of course, blaming Disney executives like Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger, who have also been implicated in the recent writers' strikes, Bob Iger in particular for being out of touch, which brings in this side story about the handymen around South Park who are now becoming billionaires, racing to space, and etc. because of a lack of skills amongst the people of South Park.
I'll give you $100 to get this done today.
I already got a feller giving me thousands to fix his toilet this afternoon.
Basically pinning it down to the rise of AI in our society, meaning people no longer need to learn or pick up new skills and just have everything sort of done and told. Even using virtual assistants like Siri and Google to make things happen for them.
It's very simple. You gotta make the hinges tighter so the oven door is more secure. So what you do is, you take out your phone and you call the handyman.
No one actually knows real proper skills anymore, which then opens this other can of worms of university and college education and how valuable that is. How valuable is knowledge in a modern world when really no one knows basic skills or even trade skills like being an electrician or a plumber or being able to fix household appliances and those things. All of these men of South Park are college educated, but they can't make any money.
Hey, college! You know what you are? You're a scam! College is a scam!
I find that particularly interesting because I am university educated. I do have a degree in media and communications. But I often wonder if the money that I spent to go to university was actually worth it. And I really do think the future of college and university education is possibly in doubt because of how quickly the world is changing and how slowly universities are changing. Overall, I thought this was a really good episode that really looked at something that I've been feeling for a while, which is just the staleness of Disney, this beloved studio that used to put out so many fantastic films. Now, almost feeling like for the first time ever, at least in the film space, it's dropping. And looking at things like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where the movies are bland, there's 100 TV shows you have to watch even to be on the same page as the movies, like, it's becoming too much. And the same with Star Wars. And as far as the diversity quota stuff goes, I kind of mixed on what they were trying to say here. And I want to think that they are satirizing these, like, right-wing people who just have a problem with diversity in film and TV. I don't think Trey and Matt are saying that it's bad to have diverse characters. I think they're poking fun of the idea that people become so angered at it. But as always, Matt and Trey never really miss. This is a great episode. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I can't wait for more South Park generally. I'm always impressed. If you made it to the end, thanks a lot. Subscribe, like, send a comment below, tell me what you thought and anything I might have missed. As well as that, I've done a bunch of other South Park videos talking about all of the other South Park episodes from the recent season, so go and watch those. I've also done a few on Futurama, and I do general pop culture videos on this channel. Give me a subscribe. I'd love to see you again. See you later.